What's going on, everybody? It's your host of the Morning Beer Podcast, Devereaux Davis. Once again, doing another quick video on my New York Mets. And basically, what this week is, it is trade season. This is the last week. This is the last few, maybe 4 or 5 days of trade deadline. Is happening July 30th, and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And basically, we have about a week of rumors to discuss going on. Right now, the big ones in the room, the big names being spread around right now is pretty much Chris Bryant and Max Scherzer from Washington Nationals, and basically those are the big names being spit out there. But we also got the mid-level names like Zach Davies and stuff like that. Other players on other teams. Already a big trade has been made between Pittsburgh and San Diego. Adam Frazier going to San Diego now, second baseman, also second baseman from Pittsburgh. He's going over there. I don't know if to play second base. I don't know if to play the outfield position because he does have that type of versatility where he can play the outfield position. But more than likely he's going to play second base and probably going to move some players around in order to accommodate that and help the team, be an all-star team in order to compete with the LA Dodgers. So, I mean, who cares about that? You're here to see the New York Mets and what the New York Mets are going to do. So let's talk about the New York Mets and what they could possibly do. Now, we've already seen one acquisition already paid dividends already yesterday in Rich Hill. Pitching, I think he gave him 2 runs. 2 of those runs were earned in about 5 innings or 6 innings of work, or 5.5 innings of work. Pitched really good. Of course, he gave the leadoff hits to most of the innings. He gave leadoff hits, but he also showed shutdown capability for the rest of the inning, which he did 4 or 5 times. He let the leadoff batter either get a double or walk them, and what he did was shut down the inning after that. So that's a 41-year-old vet right there, pitching like a vet, pitching playoff type atmosphere baseball against a good, powerful team like the Toronto Blue Jays are, as far as their lineup is concerned, and being effective and help shutting them down for the rest of the game. So, I mean, I'd like that move on the back end of our pitching staff. We got Quickie Carrasco coming back. We got DeGrom hopefully coming back, knock on wood, real soon to hold his crown as the best pitcher in baseball. We got Syndergaard coming back in September. Unfortunately, we lost Peterson, and he might be done for the year. He ended up hurting his foot in some freak accident while being on the IL, so that's going. And as I said before, Lucchese's going and stuff like that. But what we don't need is Taijuan Walker not pitching like Taijuan Walker and pitching these last 2 games. He was kind of like iffy. But what we do have is the potential of making another trade, and that's what we're here for today. So what's some of the names that we come up with, looking in the computer, some of the rumors that we got going on right now. They also got one that I really like because it's low risk. It's low risk but might be high cost is Zach Davies. You heard me mention his name a lot of times. The fact that he's going to be a free agent, so you don't have to give up a lot. You're probably going to give up mid-level at the most type of prospects in order to get a good back end at best 3rd starter. But we don't need a 3rd starter, so having him slot in as a 5th, even better, more gravy. So you could look at a potential. Let's say we get Davies, right? You could look at a potential postseason depth chart in our starting pitching, which you probably only need 3 or 4, but we have the potential to have, if these players are healthy, DeGrom leading off, Taijuan Walker, come back to Taijuan Walker form, Stroman, who's been pitching lights out the last game. He pretty much helped the bullpen a lot in the last game, which helps us in general. Those 3 at top, Carrasco coming back, Syndergaard, Rich Hill, and I didn't even mention this guy, McGill. Tyler McGill has been pitching lights out along with Stroman, and that's already. I just named like 6 or 7 pitchers, including Syndergaard, and then we didn't even make an acquisition yet. So not only are we have the potential to make a trade in these next few days, we have a lot of injured players coming back to give us depth in the rest of August, in the rest of September, and hopefully through a deep October run. So these injuries coming back are almost like late season trades to help improve our roster. So let's hope these players have no setbacks and come back, totally fully healthy. But let's see what we could trade for. There's Tyler Anderson in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh's ready to blow this thing up. They're giving up players left and right. They're not even asking for big name players back. I don't even think San Diego had to give up a huge prospect in order to get Frazier. So what could we do for Tyler Anderson to easily get him, make him a fifth starter, make him a depth piece? What do we give for Davies? But these are not sexy players. These are not sexy as far as names are concerned. What about Max Scherzer? What we're watching right now, as the Mets may mention that they want to keep a temperature on that situation, find out what's going on, see what they have to give up for that. Will Washington deal with in the division? I don't think it's a problem if he's going to be a rental. So with that being said, with him being a rental, you don't have to give up that much, but do you have to give up a little bit more because you traded in division? More than likely, I'm not giving up somebody that's going to be there for the next 10 years in Washington and kick our ass every 10 years for 10 years. In a Mauricio or Beatty or Alvarez or anybody like that. No, I'm not doing that at all. I'm not suffering from that. I'm already still feeling the hangover of this Kelly trade, but. Right now, could we give up a mid-level player for Scherzer? I would gladly do so. Only thing is, I'm not giving up Ventos for him either, because he's going to be playing in division against us for 10 years. So, will they make that trade? I seriously doubt. I think it only has a 10% chance of happening. I think the more likely it happening is Chris Bryant happening, put him at third base. But then again, you also got J.D. Davis, who's hitting the crap out of the ball along with Alonso. And do you want to mess up that dynamic and probably bring in a Chris Bryant that might not even play up to all-star level in New York? But that's the sexy name. That's the type of moves the Yankees used to make back in the early 2000s to help take them through the playoffs and take them to the playoffs. Will that type of move help us convert into that type of team? So what do you think? I mean, leave in the comments below. Do you think we should make that type of trade, make a sexy splash and show us that, hey, we are the LA Dodgers of the East, and we're here to stay, and we want to be a powerhouse team? Doesn't necessarily make you a powerhouse team by just accumulating all-stars and stuff like that. Giving up your farm system and stuff like that. Does it really make you an all-star team and make you that top quality team that you're trying to become? Right now, if I was the GM of Zach Scott, what I would like to do, I would like to get a bat. I would like to get a starting pitcher, and also, you have to put 100% confidence in Diaz, because the only relievers out there in the market that's looking to be up for grabs is right now is Rich Rodriguez in Pittsburgh, who I'm not even sure on, because I'm not even like a huge fan of him. He gave that home run to Conforto. I'm not really sure how lights out he is. He's not even a hard thrower, and that don't relate well in the postseason, where hard throwers relate awesomely in the postseason. So I'll be fine with Diaz. Would Kimbrel be that much of a difference than Diaz? Is he that much? I mean, he's probably a borderline Hall of Fame pitcher as far as relievers are concerned, but right now in their careers, they're pretty much almost the same pitcher. As far as on a roller coaster with them, Kimbrel just probably had a little bit of a better season than Diaz is having. Had an All-Star caliber season. So, do you want to make that trade and totally make Diaz into an 8-inning guy and totally mess up his confidence already? Will it put us over the top? Who knows? Like I said, leave information in the comment if you believe so. Then there's also Brad Hand in Washington. Not really sure how that's going to work out. He wanted to be a closer. That's why he didn't sign with us this year, and he went over to Washington. Maybe we might venture into that territory, a lesser name and a lesser prospects being given up. But Craig Kimbrel comes with a little bit of you have to give up a little bit more, but maybe if we take on more of the contract, will we have to give up a little bit less? I don't think the Barrios trade for as far as starting pitcher is going to happen. It seemed like they cooled off of that a little bit. I see us going mid-level pitcher like a Davies and starting pitcher. I see us going maybe if we could even pull off a Davies and that guy with the mustache in Chicago Cubs, Chafin. He's having a very phenomenal season. We could put him in the bullpen, make a big, huge trade. Like if we could even get Bryant, Davies, and Chafin in one trade, let's ride that wave into the playoffs, man. Everybody comes back healthy. I like that. So me, what I do, my predictions, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna do what I would do as a GM. Zach Davies, who I've been preaching his name this whole video, and Chafin in the bullpen to help lengthen that bullpen. Now you're gonna have Loop, you're gonna have Lugo. Lugo's been kind of shaky. You're gonna have Diaz. You're gonna have Chafin. You're gonna have May, who's been kind of shaky too, and Castro, who's been shaky. You get Chafin in there, it's gonna help strengthen out and spread out that bullpen a little bit more. Postseason wise, you could probably slot a Rich Hill in the bullpen. You could slot a Syndergaard with his power coming out the bullpen right there. So that's the trades I would make for the pitching staff. As far as in the lineup, we're set at catcher, set at first. Second base, we have McNeil. We're not doing the Merriweather trade. We didn't lost out on Frazier. You can forget about that. So second base, we're fine. Shortstop, Lindor comes back healthy. Third base, we got Davis right now, but I think that's the position we might have to strengthen up. And a trade that's going to be made, it's probably going to be Chris Bryant. It's not going to be Donald's. I think Donaldson trade is probably more of a pipe dream too, where everything cool off with Minnesota. But you never know. By Friday, it might be picked back up again, and it might be a trade that comes down the pipeline. But that's what I see us doing. And whatever you see us doing, definitely leave in the comments. Leave your predictions down in the comments also. Now, at the end of the day, what I think will happen, I think we will get Chris Bryant. I think he's definitely going to be moved from Chicago. Chicago is definitely out of it. That's my dogs. They're barking. And we're also going to get pretty much maybe a starting pitcher. So, like I said, leave in the comments, leave your predictions below. This was Devereaux Davis with Morning Beer Podcast. Peace.
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be